Now, if you caught our Extra Life marathon, I think this was during Extra Life. I'm fairly certain it was. But if you caught the Extra Life marathon, I told an anecdotal story of a friend of mine who received, like, this is when we were kids. I was at his birthday party. He lived down the street from me. And, after the party ended, I just kind of hung out afterwards and, because I lived down the street. All I had to do was just walk down the street. I think I rode my bike there, but whatever. So we hung out, stayed for a while, played some Super Nintendo, as you did back then when you were kids. But at his birthday party, his aunt or somebody else, probably his grandmother, gave him either like a $50 bill or a $100 bill. It was some obscene amount of money. Like when you're 8 or 9 years old, seeing that kind of money, you're like, I'm a millionaire. I can retire now. Fuck all y'all. But the catch is that the bill was put inside of a plastic ball maze thing that you had to solve in order for the money to pop out. And I remember my friend was so absorbed in that fucking maze thing because he wanted the money, because he wanted to open it now, because however much it was definitely enough to buy another Super Nintendo game. So he was convinced if he could just pop the lock on that he would be able to take it. His mom and dad would give him a ride to Toys R Us or whatever it was. He'd buy a new game and he'd be living large. You can see the mentality. So he eventually did solve the maze by way of, we went into the garage and he set the thing down on its side. He went and got a hammer from his father's tool cabinet and he busted the thing apart and got the money out. Then he went and told his mom, I solved the puzzle. And she was like, oh, that's so sweet, ha ha ha. Or, whatever, I don't know. But he didn't pick up the pieces in the garage, so his parents found the puzzle box smashed in the fucking garage, and he got in big trouble for that. So, I told you guys I had one somewhere, and I have with me, this is not the exact same one that my buddy had, 25 years ago, but it's basically the same thing, and it's a little maze thing. You can see there's a little ball bearing right here that moves around, and inside mine, I've only got $1 because I'm not really living large. This is what happens when you rely on Google AdSense for your paychecks. When you do a stream as a hobby and not as a profession like I do. This is what you can expect. And obviously, what's kind of fucked up is making money, making any money as a streamer or somebody who's a content creator on the internet. Not just streaming and gaming and stuff like that. Making any money as a content creator on the internet is basically like trying to get a dollar bill out from one of these fucking things. I found this at a secondhand store, and ironically, I only paid $1 for it. That's one of the types of the secondhand stores that literally writes the price of something on the item. They don't use a sticker. And the reason they do that is because when you live or when you grow up in the bad part of town where everybody's poor, people tend to pick the price tags off of things. Even if it's like a shirt that's like $2, somebody will pick the price tag off and be like, how much it schwas? Would you take 50 cents for it? And so then basically, they started writing the prices on everything in the store. And if you bring them something that inexplicably does not have a price tag, they absolutely, under no circumstances, will sell it to you. And I've seen many an argument between an elderly old woman trying to get a sack of random fucking buttons. For some reason, I don't know why you would need a Ziploc bag full of buttons. Usually, how many pairs of pants and shirts are you fixing? I'll zoom in a little bit. Actually, I have this upside down. This says Bilz, B-I-L-Z. And to get this thing started, you can see the little ball bearing is going back and forth right there. You're supposed to put it between these two metal things. So I will oh god damn it. It's already going to shit. So I will very carefully put that in there. And now when you tilt it forward, it puts the ball. Now it's actually in the maze. You can see it all the way down here. And if I remember, I'm pretty sure. Oh yeah, wait, hang on. Okay, so you gotta bring one row in. I think, and we're gonna get that dollar out, and I'm not gonna smash it. I'm not gonna do. I thought about I thought about it because I'm an adult. I have a toolbox. I have a garage, and there's a hammer in that toolbox. I thought about getting the hammer just for old time's sake and smashing it in honor of my friend, but this is too cool of a thing for me just to bust apart. And I'm just trying to get. There we go. Okay, that wasn't even the right one. It's the next one. Put the ball down there. Am I doing this right? I don't even fucking know. Okay, there we go. Now we're on. I think. Are we on the other side? We'll cut back to this in just a second. Where I lost the ball. Aha! See, now you put it down in this section, and then it wraps. Then it wraps around to the other side, and then this part's just a throwaway. It's really just like a pinball table type thing, where you tilt it around, and I think we want to get up in here. No, we want to get over here. No, we don't. Where does this ball need to go next? Y'all about to make me lose my mind up in here. Up in here. Is it on the side? Shit, what am I doing? Oh, okay, yeah. And then it gets right here, and then check this out. You do that? Booyah! Ladies and gentlemen, guess who? Read it in wheat, folks. Read it in wheat. $1. Look at that. Now I'm not gonna say, streaming, I'm not gonna say I'm a millionaire. People say, Draco, how much money you make when you streaming on Twitch on Friday night against everybody else who streams at Friday night and has way bigger of an audience? I'll say, you know what? I'm not a millionaire, but you know what? You know what, you guys? It's enough. It's enough. So put that right in there. Now, Gay for Aliens asks if you could just use a magnet to open it, and you cannot because there is not a single... Well, no, there is... There's this thing right here. But other than that, there's not a single piece of metal on this device. You actually have to move the ball here because when it's right here, it says push down. And when you do that, this metal thing underneath it is actually a spring, and it just shoots out the... This whole thing's supposed to come out, but it's like old and it doesn't work very well. But no, Mr. Inflammable asking, is this the one that my friend broke? that story I told. It wasn't this exact one, but this is a more modern take on it. But it was basically one of these things. The one that my friend had, you saw this one, when I solved it, it spit the little slot out, and then you put it back in, and it's good to go. The ball actually falls inside... Oh, fuck, I've actually accidentally started the maze again. I was gonna say, the ball falls into this little reservoir right here. And it doesn't start the maze until you put it between the little spring mechanism. But, whoops. No, the one that my friend had, it was a clamshell. It opened up. You put the gift inside of it, and it opened up. Because I distinctly remember when he set it down like this, and he whacked it a couple times, it busted open like a movie case. But I told you guys whenever I told that story that I had... Oh, there we go. I put the ball back. I've unsolved the maze. I remember when I told this story, I said, hey, I've actually got one of these somewhere that I bought just because when I saw it at the secondhand store, that story came back to me. And, it's weird when people always say... I wouldn't consider myself a hoarder, in quote, everybody who's actually a fucking hoarder, but... When I see things like this, like it's weird. It's when I hold things like this, I remember the entire day. I remember the whole birthday party. I remember playing Rock and Roll Racing and Mega Man X at my friend's house on his birthday, and he didn't want to play any games with me because he was too busy trying to solve this stupid thing, and he got so frustrated that his Jimmy Neutron Brain Blast was to take this into the garage and smash it with a hammer, just because when you're a kid and there's enough money to buy a brand new video game on the line, you will do everything. Everything matters at that. The only thing that matters at that point is getting that $50 bill out from that thing so that you can go get Street Fighter 2 or something. I don't know, but I solved that pretty quickly. And as it turns out, I don't know if this was at the same. No, this wasn't at the same secondhand store, but I saw at a different thrift store that I guess this is just new old stock. It is, because the copyright date is 2009, so this is 10 years old. It's been inside of its thing. They still make these, but they're smaller, and they're for gift cards. It says, place gift card inside, and it's got a little diagram showing what it does. And I also want to point out down here that the recommended age is 13 and up. So, you know, my friend and I were like 8 or so years old. You know, we're like way. I mean, it's not like, you know, maybe we were too stupid to solve the maze puzzle. I don't know, but the fact that the recommended age is teenager kind of really highlights the gaff there. But on the back, actually, I only spent 40 cents on this one, so this was even cheaper than the. You know, I guess. I mean, look, you get the big one for $1, and then this one is about a little smaller than half the size. So 40 cents seems like a reasonable price. But this one actually has the solution on the back, but if you give this to somebody with something in it, they're not going to be able to see the solution. So we get a nice little focus on that. Looks like a little mouse maze. But basically, it shows you how to load it, and we'll do this real quick. We'll see if we can solve this one. I haven't played with this at all. But I also want to point out down here that they also made... they made 2 other sizes. This one down here is the Money Maze. I remember seeing this advertised in the in Sky Mall catalogs, and they were literally asking like $20 fucking for it because it's Sky Mall. It's Sky Mall. That's here's the way Sky Mall's sales pitch works to you. You're in an airplane. What else are you gonna do? That's literally it. It's for fitting a DVD or like a video game case, like a PS2 game case in there. And it also says it can hold videotapes, meaning that I mean, this is the size of a VHS tape. So the maze is bigger than that. That's got to be ridiculously huge. I'm tempted to go on eBay to see if I can find one of these. At this point, I should stop chasing the dragon and buying these things. I should buy myself a goddamn Perplexus, okay, and just get it over and done with if I'm obsessed with these little maze things. But I'm gonna open this one real quick. The glue on the back is basically fallen off. So how do I load this? Lift the lid and remove the anti-locking tab. Oh, okay. This little overhead transparency comes out. And then I think... Wait, what's the anti-locking tab? It doesn't say what it is. Is it this? Or is this the anti-locking tab? Because this gets in the way. Okay, you know what? We're not going to break anything off of this. Now, I don't have any gift cards handy. But what I do have is... I do have a cola card. So we're going to put that in there. And that... it's just slightly too big, I think. So we're going to seal this one back up. Yeah, that's not letting me... Hang on. Oh, just fucking... Okay, there we go. Just close it. This one's actually really cheap. I feel like you could just pry the... I can just pry the door off. There's no need to solve... You don't even need to get a hammer for this one. You can literally just pry the door right off. Holy shit, this is why this one's 40 cents, and this is why the other one's $1. Okay, so let's see... Is it because the cola card is too big? What else do we have in here? Let's what else is in here? Oh, okay. I have a Publishers Clearinghouse sticker that says compliance complete. We'll throw that in there. Okay, I think that works a little bit better. So now we just... Oh my god. Okay, so we got the little ball right here. There's a lot of back and forth on the corners of this maze. Actually, now that I think about it, where am I supposed to get it? Okay, I see. Okay, so then we move this one around. I'm doing a very poor job of showing this off. I've realized. How do we get to the finish line? We're right there. I'm close. It's the same thing. I have to get it right here and... Wait, what? Oh, I see what it is. Okay, I saw there was a sealed portion right here where the ball can't get to. I was wondering why that was part of the maze. You actually... It's a thing, and you push the ball into the little, the thing right there, that unlocks it. I feel like maybe I'm going the wrong way. Hang on. It basically, all you have to do is you just zigzag it down the corner and then across, and then you zigzag it up this corner. I don't know what, I mean, actually looking at that solution, that's exactly what I just said, is you just go across and you zigzag it across the thing. So presumably when I push this up, it'll pop open. Yay! And now I can finally enter my Publishers Clearinghouse sweepstakes, so I can win $48 million every day, every 3 hours for the rest of my life. Fueled entirely by them selling eggies and subscriptions to Wood magazine and People and stuff like that. If you haven't seen our GatorUNbox video on the Publishers Clearinghouse scam letters, it's one of the most viewed videos on the channel, because people look it up because they either think that Publishers Clearinghouse is going to give them money, or they just want to laugh, or whatever. So the comments, if you read it, is full of people either saying, these people ripped me off and conned me out of money, which makes me feel bad, or it's like, I played their app and I won $5, and I'm like, you didn't win $1,000 a week for the rest of your life, though, did you? You got $5. You happy with that? You happy with that? Did you spend it on the fucking universal bread loaf container that they sold in the Publishers Clearinghouse catalog? You know what's great, and this, I'm going to recycle this joke. You know what's great about bread? Is that every time you buy a loaf of bread, it comes with a universal bread loaf container. It's called a fucking bag. But also, Taboo actually asked, I was a little too focused on my game here. Taboo actually asked what the cola cards are for. I'll actually tell y'all. I leave these places, or these are actually my business cards. There's nothing on the back. I write my information on the back and give it to people. It's a fun icebreaker whenever they ask about stuff like that. But if you send a self-addressed stamped envelope to the Gatorbox post office box, I will send you one of these back in the SAS. And I'll sign the back of it for you and date it, and maybe write some encouraging words of wisdom for life on there. I don't know, but not many people have taken me up on that offer. But if you send a self-addressed stamped envelope, I will send you this and maybe some other things, to make it worth your while back. But because I love all of my fans and the people who watch GatorBox. But hey, thanks for checking out GatorBox on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you like what you saw and you want to kick around with us live, follow us on Twitch, because we do this several times during the week. And if you want to support this channel, you can do so by subscribing right here on YouTube, following or subscribing over on Twitch, or even making a pledge on Patreon. Your support over the years has been tremendous. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video right here on GatorBox.